guys, Columbia Watch Society here. Just wanted to do a quick review on these two Jack Mason chronographs. First one is the JM-A102, which is the Aviation chronograph in kind of a almost like a dark blue color. And then we have the JM-N102, which is the Nautical chronograph, which is obviously in it with a white dial. First off, some general characteristics shared by both pieces. They're both powered by, all it says on the website is a Japanese quartz. Obviously, they've been pretty spot on in timekeeping. We've worn these in rotation over the last month or 6 or 8 weeks, and both of them are, within a couple seconds over that period of time. So no problem there with the accuracy of the quartz, as expected. I mean, but nothing to alarm you on the quality of the movement. First, we'll kind of dive into a little bit here on the Aviation chronograph. So you can see here, pretty thick case. I don't have the dimensions, but it's a 42. Both of them are 42 millimeter cases. This one's got a pretty good thickness to it, enough heft that it's not a cheap case or anything like that. But obviously the quartz chronograph, or the quartz movement, keeps it a little bit thinner than if it was an automatic or a manual wind and that sort of thing. So they compacted into that case nicely. This one uses a kind of an onion style crown with both pushers here on either side on the right side of the dial. So obviously it would work better for a right-handed person. I don't know how a lefty would wear a chronograph and actually have any functionality without reaching over their wrist. But nice case design. Kind of a combination of polished and brushed. For the most part, it's pretty polished. It's got a little bit of a shine to it, particularly the pushers and the crown. But pretty well executed case, in all honesty. Nice little case back with some pretty intricate designs for this level of watch. It says here all stainless steel, water resistant, 100 meters. Yeah, so 100 meter water resistance, not bad. Certainly capable of your daily grind and swimming and that sort of thing. So it's just a nice overall everyday watch if that's what you're looking for. The chronograph at 12, 6, and 9. So you see at the bottom we have the kind of the running seconds hand down at 6 o'clock, which is a nice place for it. I think it's kind of where you'd expect to see it on an arrangement like this with your 3 sub dials off to the left side. I'll show you the chronograph in action here, and as far as I can tell, it's the same movement on both of these watches. So we'll kind of talk about the movement here. Obviously, you can see here you enact the chronograph pushing it once and stopping it. No click for the stop. It's a click to start it, but no click to stop. And resets, kind of sweeps all the way around back, the full 360, which is kind of cool. The other 2 sub dials, at 6 o'clock, or excuse me, at 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock, are the chronograph dials. So you can see those. If we go around a minute, this is the minute dial here, and that's the hour dial over there. So we won't get to the point where we see that really in action, but it's just there. Certainly a nice feature of a chronograph in general. Next up, we have the Nautical chronograph, which again, as far as I can tell, is the same movement. Although now that I think about it, this one resets at 6, which on their website it has it resetting at 12. So I don't know if this one somehow got off or that's actually how it's supposed to do. But I actually kind of like it resetting down at 6 down there. It kind of keeps the dial a little bit less cluttered, and you can kind of see the logo, which is a cool logo actually. I mean, it's pretty simple, but I like the font they used. I mean, it's very clean, very well done. So we'll pause that one, and stops back at 6. So kind of cool there. Again, you have your 3 sub dials on this one, more similar to the same setup as you have on like a Omega Speedmaster. But you've got your running seconds hand down at 6 o'clock as well. And also like how they kind of pack that date window in down at the bottom down there. I think it kind of makes it a little bit cleaner cut without putting it over here at 4:30, which to me has always been an awkward place to put the date. I know it's on there, which is certainly nice, but I don't know, it just kind of looks like an afterthought. A lot of these watches have, I mean, it's not an uncommon place to put it. It's just not my favorite thing. Difference here, obviously we have a different, both crowns are signed with the Texas star. Again, Jack Mason, Texas brand. So obviously they got some Texas flavor there. Similar design, but again the onion crown, which is typical of a vintage aviation chronograph versus just the more standard, flanged dial here on the Nautical. Both of them have pretty decent luminescence, especially for this price range. I was actually pleasantly surprised on both of those counts. You see the hands, the Nautical here. Both of them have somewhat sword hands. The Nautical obviously is loomed the whole way on the minute hand, whereas the other one, or the Aviation, is loomed just halfway on both hands. Pretty nicely done. Obviously on this price range, these are under $300. It would have been nice if they were sapphire glass, but both of them have a mineral crystal, which is about what you would expect for this level, this price watch. But again, no scratches or anything like that, so it seems to be a pretty robust crystal at that. So nothing too alarming there for this price point. Probably my favorite thing about these watches at this price point, again, is the quality of the strap. It's really good leather. I mean, it's an Italian leather. It's got some pretty good structure to it. It's definitely not a cheap feel like some of them you would expect in this price range. The one on the Aviation is more of kind of a weathered leather, where this is a little bit more of a finished, kind of got a little more shine to it. But both of the straps are really top notch, particularly for this price point. Again, I've spent, I don't know, $150 on leather straps that are inferior to both of these. So that's certainly worth trumpeting out if you're Jack Mason. First time we encountered Jack Mason actually was in a Nordstrom. So obviously when you see a watch like this in a Nordstrom, you're thinking it's a fashion brand, and I'm sure a lot of watch purists would call it a fashion brand. But these are well built watches. It's a fashion brand, perhaps. That's a kind of a negative connotation in the watch world, but again, they're not bad watches. They really aren't. I mean, if you're looking for kind of a grab and go quartz chronograph, which is just a nice feature to have, both of these are certainly capable and will serve you well. Again, sorry to keep jumping around between the two watches, but you can see here the Nautical with the ship wheel there, which is kind of cool, this case back design, and obviously the Aviation with the airplane propeller there, just pretty cool. Well done. They do, I believe the Aviation, or excuse me, the Nautical is available in a black dial as well. I kind of like the white myself. I'm not a huge white dial person, just kind of turns a little bit heads, a little more than I'm usually trying to do. But it's a cool watch. It's actually, people, if you want somebody to notice it, wear a white dial, because I've had more compliments or comments on the white dial watch than I have on some of my much more expensive pieces. But again, this is just a quick review. If you have any questions, feel free to write in, comment below, write in. You can email us, or you can check us out here on colawatch.com, www.colawatch.com, or certainly check out our Instagram feed, which is the Columbia Watch Society. Again, love to interact with you guys, but just a quick review of the Jack Mason, these two chronographs. Nothing bad to say about them. They both are certainly capable watches, and nothing to be ashamed of. If that's, if you're going to an department store and you're looking for a watch, these are certainly two decent, very decent watches, and more than decent for the price you pay. But again, I consider myself a watch person, and I enjoy wearing these two as much as I do some of my other watches. So again, nothing bad to report, nothing negative to report. Some things where if it was back up to me to design it, maybe a few little design things I would change overall, but overall they're two pretty fantastic pieces, especially for the money. Again, if you got any questions or comments, feel free to let us know, and we'd love to hear from you. Till next time.